says, building emotional intimacy. Girlfriend says, I don't share enough. Well, that's a cute little question. Good. That's a good thing to want to do. So probably you did not grow up in a very emotionally expressive home. Not probably, definitely. Otherwise, you would know what she's talking about. But it's very nice that you want to address it. So therapy can certainly help. All you do is talk about emotions and you end up a lot more emotionally aware. Another thing that can help is reading books, especially novels, good books, literary fiction, especially with female protagonists. That can get you understanding women better. I also have 100 date night questions on my website, drpsychmom.com, 100 date night questions. You could just Google that. And you can try to ask those questions to your girlfriend. Not like fake, not like you just came up with them yourself, but like, hey, you were saying that you don't feel close sometimes. I'm not really used to talking on a deeper level, but I love you and I'd like to try. Why don't we talk about some of these date night questions? Women love things like questions and quizzes and, and you trying to open up. And then if you ask her the questions, you, of course, have to answer them as well. All of these things are designed to help you grow more comfortable with emotional vulnerability. You should also listen to my podcast, The Dr. Psych Mom Show. There's an episode, Yes, Women Like Emotional Men, which of course you know because she's begging you to be more emotional, which is a common complaint with women, especially if they are the more preoccupied attachment partner. But since you're following me, you may be the more preoccupied attachment partner. I don't know. But if you start with some of those, and this video is going to be saved, so, you could rewatch it. If you start with some of those, you should be on your way to figuring out how to share more. M says, to build on that, I struggle to show emotion in the way my wife wants. It's uncomfortable, and I show it through doing things for her. How do I curb this and get better at hugging? Oh, see, you guys are like, you should be buddies. You guys should both join my secret Facebook group. It's literally less than $5 and it helps you understand emotions a lot because that's all that people do in there is share and talk about relationships. But yes, I've talked about this stuff. You got to just do it. You have to hug her. Like literally you have to be like, hug her every day. Hug her like 5 times a day. Remember, she may be young now for both of you guys and having sex with you, but eventually, if she's having sex with you and there's no other non-sexual physical contact or emotional closeness, she's going to stop because she's going to feel as her own libido drops over time that you're just getting what you want and she's not getting what she wants. But obviously, both of you guys are invested in changing it. You have to just power through. Giving compliments may feel awkward. If you grew up in a house with no compliments, it certainly will feel awkward. I have posts about 10 things your wife really wants to hear. Say those things. I have something about words of affirmation on my site. Say those things. You cannot like both of y'all probably go to the gym, right? Young men. So you definitely wouldn't be like, oh, I could lift more weight, but without any practice. Just one day, I'm going to be able to lift more weight. No, you won't. That's crazy. So you have to do it even when it feels uncomfortable. And it can't just be stuff about her body. So I have specific things women want to hear about her brain, about her mind, about how she makes you a better guy. I literally have these things right now. I also have a book, 52 Emails to Transform Your Marriage. That would be excellent for both of you. It walks you through prompts for like ways to email about your marriage, but you can do it to start conversations or to do it on text also. So I hope this was useful. I always like when the guys reach out and say, how can I be a better partner? It's very sweet. And always those guys grew up in homes that were not emotionally expressive. If you really want to do a deep dive, you could get the book Running on Empty by Jonas Webb, and you could see if it fits your experience. And I bet dollars to donuts that it does. But great questions, both of you. If you have any other follow-up questions, you could certainly ask. Again, you could also join my secret Facebook group for more in-depth conversation. It's like a muscle. If you talk more about feelings, then you get used to talking about feelings. It's not rocket science, but it feels like that if it's, if it's so far outside your ken because it was nothing that you were ever raised with. We just do what we're raised with. That's it. It's like how dogs are trained. If you train a puppy to do something, it's going to keep doing it when it's an older dog. People don't realize that that's the same exact thing for people. If you were raised to never express your emotions as a puppy, it's going to be hard to express them as a dog. And you're a dog now, you know? And so that is what it is. It's the same for all organisms, but people are so much more compassionate. Oh, an animal was trained that way, an animal was mistreated, of course they would act out. People, you know, it's the same thing for a young person. So if you were always trained that your emotions were embarrassing or you shouldn't be vulnerable, it's really hard to just like flip the script on that, obviously. But kudos to you both for trying. All right, I'm gonna go. If you have any more questions, you can always join the group, or you could wait for these lives. And thank you so much for participating, and I will talk to y'all soon. Have a great day, everybody.